and welcome to Locks, Coffee, and Combo. I'm your host, your personal barista here at Locks, Coffee, and Combo. I'm Christy Nicole. Welcome to my channel. I hope that you stick around, find something that you like, pull up and pour yourself a cup of something nice and strong, and let's chat. Today we're talking about Ready for Love on the OWN network, the Will Packard hot reality dating show. Comes on Saturday night, so if you're not doing anything, if you don't have a date on Saturday night, make a date with Ready for Love. All right, we are at season 2, episode 6, Love on the Rocks. I absolutely love this show. It gives you everything you need: a little drama, a little romance, a little action, and just a little bit, just a little bit of ratchetness. It is really good, and this episode did not disappoint. Today, in this episode, the power is in the ladies. It's all on the ladies. They got the power this week. They get to decide who goes home. And so Tommy has them at the wine bar. It's all nice and sensual. And they get to talk about, what's going on. We're at the halfway point now. We're in episode 6, and we're down to 12 people. And it's time to start making some decisions. And so he tells them this week they need to try to get the answers that they need to make the decision that they need going forward. He said, don't go home with them. Go home with the answers. And I liked that. So we come, and I feel like this is a competition. That's what it is. It's a dating competition. And the game can be played 3 ways. You've got what I call the decide, divide, and conquer. And we see people like Ashima and Darren. They've kind of made that their choice. They found each other. Everybody else is out. The divine, she's made her choice. London, I don't want nobody else, Then you got the 2, 1 in the pocket type of, working the game. Got 2, 1 in the pocket. That's Mario and London. They got the 2 that they really, really like, and they got them in the pocket, but they exploring. They got 2, so they got some options going. And then we got the exploration route, which is Miss Alexis. Let's call her Dora the Explorer, because she's working the process correctly. She has the attention of a lot of the guys, and she's taking full advantage of that. And I don't have a problem with that. I have a problem with Alexis, but I don't have a problem with her method. So we get here today, and our first date is London and Divine. And their date was sexy. One of the 2 sexy dates. I categorized the dates by how I saw them. Their date was sexy. Very adult. They come in. She invites him into her home. The candles are lit. Very nice atmosphere. She has the chocolate covered strawberries. It's his birthday. So she asks him what he got going on. He's like, it's my birthday. She's like, oh, is that today? Like she had forgot, but come to find out she hadn't. And so it's a real sexy, real sensual. Come to find out we're at episode 6, and they hadn't had a one-on-one date, which is weird because they are obviously digging one another. And every time they're together, it's this connection. So it almost seemed like they had been on a date before, but they hadn't. A one-on-one date, that is. So very nice. She had things laid out very nice. I thought it was very sexy, very sensual. Only mistake I see for Divine was that she made that decision to bring somebody else on the date with her. I want them to stop doing this. When you get your one-on-one time, your only competition is you. You need to make it be about you. You need to sell yourself. You need to make that person realize that you are the only choice. And you do that, you. She asked them about Alexis. Then she seemed to have an attitude about Alexis. And, you're on a dating competition. Of course he's going out with somebody else. She asked him what other one-on-one date he had, and it was with Alexis. Then she gave my man the dry throat. He was like, because he didn't want to talk about it. Don't bring anybody else on the date with you. It's all about you, boo. It's all about you. You ain't got to do nothing but sell you. She's a beautiful girl, very physically attractive, but she's got that cool factor going. And when you got the cool factor going, use that. Every time she interacts with the other cast members, she seemed to be really cool, really laid back. I remember in episode 1, her and Chica, I love that banter between the two of them. She's a really cool girl. So why bring Alexis on this date? She does not matter. Leave her at home. That was my only problem with her. I did not have an issue with her saying, if you're interested in somebody else, you better break up with them. I felt like that was tongue-in-cheek, kind of funny, like, I'm your only girlfriend. You better break up with that other broad. I have no problem with that. You're selling yourself. Leave Alexis out of it. But definitely tell him, I'm your choice. He said it was like not a red flag, but his antenna went up. I'm like, London, come on now with your big teddy bear fine self. Come on now. It's, you know, it's you and her, and she wants you to choose her. Why is that a red flag? That's what we're here for. Boo, that's what we're here for. So I thought, again, their date was sexy. I liked their date. Alexis and Jimmy's date. That date was classified as a waste of time. He liked Alexis in the beginning. Everybody likes Alexis. Let's just call it what it is. Dora the Explorer has everybody's eye. So he's feeling some type of way about Kimber. And last week, their interaction was the same thing. Jimmy, don't bring nobody on the date with you. Her ex that's locked up, don't take him on the date with you. And yes, you want to know about people's past. You want to know if they are into someone else. You want to know kind of what your competition is. But you don't bring that person. This is a pool party. I'm in a 2-piece bathing suit. I got my sexy elevated to here. You want to talk about my ex that's locked up? No. And she gave him ample opportunity to walk out of that situation and turn it around. When she told him, no, Jimmy, I don't want to talk about it, he could say, no, I don't want to talk about it either, babe. I want to talk about you and these cakes and this suit, or, you know, or gave her a little kiss or something like that, just turned it around, and he would still be in the game. But no, I'm exposing her. I was like, oh, he done snapped. Was it something in the water? Did he drink something? Cuz done snapped. And so now this week, because of that, he's going back out with Alexis, want to see if he got a shot there, because Jimmy realized he need to stay in the game. But that was a waste of time. She was giving us Stepford wife in training. I want 3 babies. I want to be able to travel. We'll bring the nanny. And he like, who gonna pay for this? Like, no, He felt like at the end of their exchange, they had nothing in common. She said she would rather a phone call than a text, and I get that. That's true. If I'm into you, I want to hear your voice. I want us to make that connection. So I definitely get that. But at the end of it, their date was a waste of time. I don't even think he was into her. He's thirsty. Woo! And why? Tell me why production, and I know this was production and editing, he was drinking non-stop on that date. I was like, oh, they painted him literally and figuratively thirsty. And we see it again when him and Kimber go out. So I was just dying left. I was like, Jimmy, golly. But at the end of that date, they realized it was nothing there. Both of them, I think, left there realizing nothing there. Reva and Mario had a date. It was a daytime date. I logged their date as the most informative. I think that Mario likes Reva, but he likes Tandy more. Tandy is definitely his one in the pocket. But I think he's open because he realizes it's a competition. What if something go wrong with Tandy? I need a backup plan. Reva, to me, is his backup plan. I feel like Reva went wrong when she scratched Carrie off her list. Because if she had had Carrie and Mario, that would have left her in a really good position. I think she's a pretty girl. I've seen on some sites or some bloggers saying that she had too much makeup, her lace front. But she's pretty. She seems mature. She seems self-assured. I think that Mario could definitely be into her. if it wasn't a contest, and Tandy hadn't gotten to the show first. So Tandy got there first, so therefore she's got his attention. But I think, now I didn't have a problem with Reva bringing up Tandy as much as I did like with Alexis and Divine, because she kind of brought it up with the flavor of what you see, what is it between us, and he gave it to her straight. He was like, look, she giving it to me, you not, you are holding back, and she admitted to that. And like he said, men are hunters, but they like to be hunted. They like to be chose. And so if you choose it, they receive it. So their date was very informative. It gave her something to work with, maybe to go back, and the next time they go out, the next time they talk, gives her a chance to kind of work. So I didn't feel like she brought Tandy on. I think with her bringing up Tandy, it was a little bit different. The next date was Kimber and Carrie. Now that date, let me see on my notes, I call that date the funniest. Kimber's dates both were so funny this episode. I mean, first of all, they have such a difference in age. She had him over for chips, salsa, and drinks. He asked her if there was any meat and cheese for the chips. Kimber was offended because Kimber felt like chips and salsa and drinks was enough. I personally am a little bit older than Kimber, not as old as Carrie. I wouldn't have had a problem with just chips and salsa. In fact, I just got through eating chips and salsa for lunch. So that to me was not like a woo woo woo, but for him, he's mature. You invite him over. He's probably wanting a whole meal. He's wanting quality time. And this, for me, solidified who he was on this show. He's not cat daddy, but he your daddy's friend. That's who he is. He a little bit younger than your daddy. Like your daddy was in 12th grade. He was in the 10th grade. So for you, he like Uncle Carrie. That's who he is. He Uncle Carrie. And I see him and Kimber date. That's a funny date. They was just, she was like, and he told her off point, I want to be number one. You can't bring me up off the bench, and he did say some very important things like adulting, and texting is what people do now, communicating, but it is mature when you're dating somebody and getting to know them. A phone call is important, and even Alexis said that to Jimmy. So he explained to her how communication, she was like, oh, this is not history class, I'm not here for this. So no, that was funny. The next sexy date for me was Mario and Tandy. Baby, Tandy was serving it. Baby, she was serving it. She had her red romper on. She was ready, had that hair slicked back. Baby, she was giving him, I'm sexy and you know it. They like each other. It's no denying it. There's chemistry. I call it a chemistry board. Look, they like each other. There's no denying that. And their date proved it. He told her that he works away sometime. Was that going to be an issue? She's like, no. Plane, trains, automobiles, that's not going to be a problem at all. I'm a grown woman. I'm secure. If you not here up under me 24/7, it ain't going to split us up. They kiss. They share pasta. She likes him. She's giving it to him and he's receiving it. So that was my second sexy date for the night. Her date and Divine's date, very sexy, very grown up, very sensual. The cutest date of the night was the double date between Alexis and Carrie and Ashima and Darren. Now, Ashima and Darren are like the king and queen of decide, divide, and conquer. They want each other. And it makes me think that they not gonna make it to the end because they together. It's just like Nina said at the pool party. I felt bad for Nina too, because I feel like if she had chose anybody else, she might have would have had a chance to stick around. She might have not would have made it to the end, but she would have got a chance to stick around a little longer if she had opened herself up to some other potential guys. But Darren and Ashima, they already together. So, I don't know. It makes me feel like we're going to have a monkey wrench thrown in there because they are together. Carrie, though, Carrie is Mr. He's still the uncle, if you ask me. But he came in, she said he listened to her. Alexis said he listened to her. And therefore, he planned a bowling night. that does matter. When a guy listens to you and he says, you say, I like this, and the next time y'all together, it's that means something to women. Men, not so much, but women love thoughtfulness, love a man that thinks and that creates, to create happiness for me. So even though I side-eye Alexis, she made a very good point, and Carrie won points there. I think Carrie is an amazing catch, just not on this show. I don't see him and Alexis making it, even though I feel like Alexis should make him a contender, because London likes Divine and Divine likes London. That's just what it is. Our weird date was Brent and Alexis. Brent and Alexis was our weird date. They were not on the same page at all. Now, this is my PSA. Brent is fine. But I don't know if he should be on this show, because he's not willing to give. And women want to feel like you're hunting them, just like Mario said, men are hunters. Brent's like, hey, I ain't got to do that. Case in point, Alexis says, I saw us exchanging glances and things like that. He was like, well, I seen all of those jerks around you, what he call them, jesters around the queen. And I do feel like Alexis feels like this is Alexis ready to love season, because everybody wants Alexis, Dora the Explorer. But he was like, I was just sitting back waiting on them to get out of the way. Well, that's cool, but how do I know you like me if you didn't let me know you like me? This is a dating show. We ain't got but a few weeks. We ain't got years. So if you hadn't put yourself out there to tell me, how would I know? And she made another good point. I'm not finna be chipping away, digging, trying to figure out where you at when there's other guys out here trying to get with me, and I could just, spend my time with them. So Brent, baby, that salt and pepper, you are sensuously fine. But I don't know if this show is for you. So that was the weirdest date of the night. He left her thinking that he was on top, and she left her saying he is a dud. So with all these dates, sexy, sensual, weird, Kimber and Jimmy's date was crazy. That was so funny. I listed that as funny because at the end of the day, she wanted him to apologize. He wanted her to quit arguing. They're no more. Like, she got to the wine bar. Jimmy and Kimber are no more. Point blank, period. They over. That didn't work out. So their date was crazy. She walked away like, don't look at me. He was like, second thing, he drunk his drink, he's drunk her drink. Jimmy literally and figuratively is thirsty. The women come back to the wine bar. We know that Tandy loves Mario, Ashima loves Darren, Reva's into Mario, Divine and Alexis love London, and don't nobody love Jimmy. And Carrie got old man issues, so they decide to send Jimmy home. They want Carrie to loosen up, and Brent needs to get some juices. He needs to get some juices, or he gonna be going home too. So I love this show. I think that if Kimber wants to stick around, she better find somebody to attach to, and Brent is gonna have to do something. He's so fine. So I don't know what he can do, but do it so they don't send you home, so we can keep seeing that magical caramel on the screen. Thank you for tuning in. Pull up, pour up. I can't wait to talk to you real soon here at Locks, Coffee, and Combo. Thank you.